welcome back to my channel. I just saw that Junie dropped Fall Into My Arms. You guys know I cannot go without listening to Junie. So that's what happens when you have your ultimate bias, just decide to drop something. So this is Fall Into My Arms. Let's go ahead and see what this is all about. So pretty. I gotta go wrap some presents too. This is reminding me of things I have to do.
창밖에 모든 불이 꺼진 밤 조용히 문을 열고 달려와 baby 드리워진 어둠 속에 날 꺼내줬던 날 You saved me You're the one that stayed by my side You're the one I came here to say I want you to know 말해줘 너의 하루와 I feel butterflies in my eyes.
Ooh, that little smile.
I won't let this slip away, baby. I know.
Ooh, that run. Ooh, I love the increase of the strings here. Ooh.
Want you in my life and see you every day. Just wanna chill with you, babe. Yeah. 너와 보낸 1분 1초가 기적이란 걸 난 알았어.
Ooh, the harmony there. Oh, I love his chest voice there.
It's you, it's you, it's you, girl. 말해줘 너의 하루와 I feel butterflies in my eyes.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm dreaming, I'm breathing. You're changing my pages, baby. I know you already know when I'm with you.
Ooh. Go off, Vocal King. I love that. So pretty. What a beautiful little Christmas gift from Junie. I love it. Oh, that was so good. I really... Here's what I love about Junie's voice, okay? I think his voice always stands out, and I know he's my ultimate bias, so I'm a little biased, okay? But I think the reason that his voice stands out is because he has a really unique quality about him. His voice is really bright, but he has this way of being able to know where to place certain things and how to really use emotion within his vocal tone. And it was really fun because, like, at the beginning it was really soft vocals but very emotional, and then at one point he had a little smile, and that kind of brightened everything that we were hearing. It was really nice. And he did several different runs throughout, but none of them were ever the same. So the first one was like a no. I was like, oh, that little run. But then he did the same like line with no again, but with no, K-N-O-W, that no. But he switched it. So he did like a different run. So they like happened and consecutively, but they were different. And I love how he just does that and with his ad libs and everything throughout the entire thing. And I love in the beginning, the melody was a little more simplistic. There wasn't as much happening. And then you got into the second verse and the second chorus, and there was so much more going on. There was the harmonization within the backing vocals. He did some ad libs in the chorus, that high note. Excuse me. And I just love how it felt like when he sang "Fall Into My Arms," even though the bass melody was there the entire time, he always did something a little different, whether it be to add an ad lib, to do a different kind of run, to add some harmony. Everything was different. So it was so much to listen to, but also just like, it gave you like this comforting feeling, this excitement. And I really, really loved when in the second verse, when he went into his chest voice, because he's such a wonderful singer in his tenor voice. Do I consider him a tenor? Is he a baritone with high note? I don't know. It's funny because I've been his fan for a really long time, and I haven't quite placed what his vocal range is. I'm gonna say because he has such beautiful chest voice notes, but he has a really extended range. I think probably people would classify him as a tenor, but I think I'm gonna classify him more as like a baritone that has an extended range. I just think his voice suits that more. Regardless, that's just me personally. Sorry, I'm just like analyzing here in my mind. But I just think showing that chest voice off, he had it was so rich and deep and just really nice. And then because he has that nice deep chest voice, then when he goes into his high voice, he is able to like keep everything open, but still forward enough to make it sound really, really beautiful. So I really love that. You can just tell that he's very well vocally trained. And he actually mentioned that he recently has been getting a couple of voice lessons and things like that, because what you have to remember, and this is something that I always think as a professional vocalist, there is always someone who's going to be better than you out there. I think that's very true. I think that's why, people are constantly trying to work on themselves and get better, especially in the professional world. You see a lot of professionals, unless they're doing like shows all the time, they're getting vocal lessons and things like that, because you can always get better. That's something that like I have found true throughout my entire career, is that there is always someone who is better than you. Like, for example, you might be the most amazing vocalist in your little small town, but then when you go somewhere else, there's more people who they were the best singers of their small town. And so you have to continue to work at your vocals if you want it to continue to get better and grow. And that's something, for me, I think that's one of the reasons that I didn't end up going along the professional, I'm still in the professional world, but I went in the teaching role, is because I didn't want to focus so much of my energy on that performance aspect. I wanted to focus more on the teaching aspect, which is why, because even though I love being on stage, it's something I really enjoy, and I still to this day have done things with professional choirs and things like that, and I do things like semi-professionally. I prefer in my professional career to do things teaching wise. So that's something that I really admire when people go to things. So my professional part, rather than focusing on vocal technique, which I still do obviously focus on vocal technique, but I focus a lot more on the teaching aspect. So I have certifications in several different like music making methods, that kind of thing. I focus more on that aspect. And that's true with like most teachers. You have to do professional development training to get better at your craft. And so that's what I guess I want to correlate to this, is that I really love how, Junie is being really honest, like he's continuing to get vocal lessons and things like that, like not being satisfied with what you have and trying to learn and get better techniques, because things always change. things always get better. We see this in a lot of different fields of like, you know, doing this and that, you know, is good for like, you know, this period of time. And then they come up with a new technique and it helps doing this and that. So I just really, really enjoyed that. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent, but I just thought it was really wonderful to hear of like people doing, of idols doing lessons outside of, you know, when they have a pretty established career and continuing. And that just makes me really happy. And I know there are lots of idols that do it, but he just recently talked about it. So it's what sparked my mind about it. Tell me what you thought of this song though. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part in this music video? Mine definitely has to be that high note. I was like, oh, Junie, that high note. Cause it's been a while, since I've heard that kind of high note from him. So it really, like, I've been more like, because I heard him in We Will Rock You and things like that. So he, like, a lot of his things have been a lot more like power hitting, and this was more like smooth, like kind of feeling. So that's why I really enjoyed that. So tell me your thoughts down below. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next year. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.